Hey there, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be walking you through really quickly my entire suspension setup on my 2023 Nissan Frontier Pro-4X. Basically, I've got a slightly modified All Dogs Off-Road RC Killa kit that I modified a little bit to make it work for my uses in overlanding. But so if you were curious about that, I get a lot of questions about it. I figured I'd just do a really quick, really short little video to literally walk you through everything that I've done to this truck suspension-wise to answer those questions. So again, if you want to learn more about the All Dogs Off-Road RC Killa kit and kind of how I modified it to be able to support all this weight for all of the overlanding stuff that I've got in the back, stay tuned.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, guys, so as I mentioned today, I'm going to be talking about my All Dogs Off-Road RC Killa suspension kit that I put on my 2023 Nissan Frontier. So I'm going to get in here, I'm going to kind of show you just exactly what I have. But so mine is a Pro-4X, so it came with the Bilstein shocks. And then as you can see there, that is the All Dogs coil. So basically the way that this kit works is it provides about 1.5 to 2 inches of lift for the vehicle. In the front here, you get a longer coil. So that thing right there, you basically pull the top hat off of your front coilover and you replace the entire spring with this longer, stiffer coil spring. Then you put your stuff back together, put the top hat back on, bolt it back into the truck, and you're all done. Easy peasy. So the other thing about this kit is that it's really, really easy to install, and it just makes lifting your truck really easy. So then in the rear back here, what we're looking at here, if you can see it, is there's basically just an add-a-leaf, and then that's what gives you the lift in the rear. Now, in my case, again, because I've got all this stuff, I've got a 210-pound rooftop tent, a 50, 60-pound awning, 60-pound fridge back here, and then probably about a 300-pound drawer system loaded with gear back here in the back. I've just got a ton of weight back here. And as a result, in my bed rack, as a matter of fact. But so with all this stuff back here, even with the All Dog kit, I still had a significantly higher stance in the front than I do in the rear. And even right now, and I'm a little tucked here because it's not exactly level, but even with, you can still kind of see that it's a little bit taller in the front than the back. So basically what I did to remedy that was I went with a longer shackle. I will put a link to the shackle that I went with. It was actually very inexpensive. So right there are the extended shackles. As you can see, they're starting to rust a little bit. They were really cheap, like 60 or 80 bucks for the pair of them. So, but they were super easy to install. I basically just unbolted the old shackle, popped them off, greased these things up, put them in there, and then rebolted them, and that was it. And now they've been through Michigan winter, they've been through Wisconsin rainy season, they've been through Wyoming, they've been off-road, they've been through probably about 10,000 miles worth of use now. And they ride great. They didn't change much from a ride perspective, but so it's basically the All Dogs Off-Road RC Killa kit with the add-a-leaf in the rear here, stock Bilstein shocks, and then a longer shackle in the rear. So that's basically all I had to do to the truck. So basically the All Dogs Off-Road RC Killa kit and a slightly longer shackle in the rear has temporarily solved my problems with all the weight that I've got on the back of the truck, and gotten it to where it's pretty level and it does well off-road. Now, I do get a little bit more bounce than I would like in the rear, and so I actually have a set of All Dogs parabolic leafs, which are more heavy duty and meant to hold up to some of that weight and reduce some of that sort of bounce in the suspension sitting in my garage at home. So I do plan to, eventually I was kind of letting some of the wear out because this thing is basically brand new, right? I have 16,000 miles on it now. I just felt bad replacing literally brand new parts this early. So I kind of want to wait until they wear out a little bit and start to invert, and then I'm going to pull this whole leaf pack off the rear and go to the parabolics and probably go back to the stock shackles, just because I don't think that I'll need the extra long shackle with the stiffer rear leaves on it. So again, hopefully that answers your questions as far as the All Dogs Off-Road RC Killa kit and what that looks like with a fully loaded overlanding setup on the bed of the truck and a longer shackle. But again, super easy to install. The coil was really easy on the front. The add-a-leaf was really easy on the rear. Throwing that extra shackle in wasn't too bad. You have to unload the weight from the truck a little bit to be able to do that, but it was really pretty easy. So again, if you have any questions or anything, post up in the comments down below, but I hope that was helpful for you. All right, guys, so but that will do it for the quick walk around of my 2023 Nissan Frontier Pro-4X on All Dogs Off-Road RC Killa with a slightly longer shackle in the rear. Hopefully that gives you some info as far as like what this looks like, right? So you get to see the truck, you kind of got to see how it looks with probably, I mean, all of 1,000 pounds or even a little more probably in the rear of the truck. It's still really close to level, if not a little bit shorter in the back. But so that's how I did it. Again, hopefully that's helpful for you, but if you have other ideas or questions, post up in the comments down below. I'll put links in the description down below to the All Dogs RC Killa kit. It's a great kit. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but they are a great company. They take great care of their customers, and I really am happy with the suspension, so good on them for that. And then I'll put a link to that longer shackle as well, so if you need a little bit more lift in the rear to kind of level things out, that's a really inexpensive way to do it for a while until everything wears out, right? Obviously, that's probably going to put a little bit more wear and tear on your leafs, so at some point you're probably going to have to upgrade to something like the parabolic leafs from All Dogs, like I mentioned. So in the description down below are going to be links to all my other social channels, so wherever you want to come hang out, I'd love to have you. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever. There's also a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers. So if you're into that kind of stuff, if you want something for your headliner, or if you want something for your fridge or your windows, check those out. Then there is a join button below this video. That's just kind of a passive way to support the channel. So no pressure, but if you want to do that, that's a cool way to support the channel. Then there is also a link to my Patreon group where we have a 24/7 Discord. We chat about our rigs and gear and things like that. We do a once a month Zoom call, and we're doing a couple trips every year. So if you want to be a little more active with all things overlanding, that'd be a good option. And then last but not least, there is the Newbie Overlanders Facebook page. Totally free to join. Awesome people in there. If you're tired of the bullying that happens in the big overlanding groups, this may be a good place for you. But again, thanks so much for watching. Hope that was helpful. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.